Hello, hello. Welcome to the Dudeist journey. I'm your host, Reverend Phillip, and I'm just here to remind everyone that Dudeism is more of a philosophy than a religion, even though we do have tax-exempt status. That's right, you're listening to an official online ministry officially recognized by the IRS and the great state of Texas. But we are more philosophy. That philosophy is to take it easy, which is to think with a calm and cool mind. We practice the art of peace here. As there is an art of war, so there is an art of peace. And that's what we try to do here with our motto of take it easy. Because when you think with a calm mind, you make better decisions. Thank you so much for joining. To get you up to speed, if this is your first episode, I started this podcast after I lost my little brother in 2020, and then I lost my wife to cancer in 22. So it has been absolute fucking hell, and Dudeism has been the thing that's been getting me through the day. Because unlike most religions, Dudeism is totally cool with drugs and alcohol. So, smoke up, drink up, buddy. Yep, you amongst friends here. Got me a little rum and coke here. That's what Daddy likes. So it's been a little while since I've been able to do a sermon because things have been a bit crazy. I went back to see family in Cali, California. That is. That's what we call it when you live there. But it's always bittersweet in a lot of ways because it's like I love seeing, friends and family and all that good stuff, but and I'm running around most of the time having lunches with people, trying to meet up with folks and chat and talk and things. But they all live in the desert. Yeah, I'm from like this valley desert fucking town. It's great for growing almonds, and fucking tumbleweeds. But it's not God. I fucking hated living there. The heat was ungodly. I mean, we were talking literally 111 degrees, man. I'm just glad I was staying at my cousin's place. He has a pool, so thank God. That helps. And it's tough going back, man, because my late wife, she had we come from Cal. It's where we grew up. My wife was born there. I was born in Chicago, near Chicago. But what is it? So when my wife passed away, she wanted her remains buried there in our old hometown next to her grandparents, which there was a plot. So that's what we did. So every time I go out there, I go to see her and take my kids, and we bring flowers and stuff. And it's just, it's fucking tough. I think that if maybe her remains were buried here, and I could go see the grave on a daily basis, which is probably what it would have done. I can't. So going there, it cements it. It feels more real and heavy, and it's really tough to do, man, because whenever I come back, they always do some kind of barbecue or get together so everyone can come see us and say hi. And one year, I swear I just hid out in the room. I don't want to see anybody. I was so fucking depressed. And this year, I know I couldn't do that because I was kind of being rude as a rude guest, but people understood, but it was still So I just was like, all right, look, man, I gotta put on a face this year and really put it up. So I did, And it was Cali, so I bought a lot of weed, and that helped me get through it. She just sound like that fucking guy. I don't know if you ever saw this show. It was called The Dark Crystal. It's this old Jim Henson movie. Well, old for some people. But anyway, there's these buzzard-like creatures who are killing everyone, and there's this one, the evil leader, and he just always, he just made these weird fucking little noises all the goddamn time. And so whenever I do, that's what I fucking remember. aside from that, came back home and I'm working on a YouTube show. So let me try and I don't know if I explain this, but it's happening now. We're officially in production as of July 1st. And I didn't want to do this. This is the fucking crazy part, right? So, like, my buddy's been bugging me to do, like, some kind of YouTube show, and I've always said no. Like, I thought about doing, like, film reviews or something like that, but there's so many fucking middle-aged white guys doing fucking film reviews. I mean, literally, I just described, like, 10,000 channels on fucking YouTube right now. So, he didn't want to do that. He wanted to do, like, an actual kind of show. And, you know, because we saw stuff like The Guild and stuff like these low-budget indie stuff that took off. It's like, let's try something like this. But I was like, no, man, I used to do film. Like, I moved to L.A., got into film school. I did a bunch of stuff. I desperately tried to get into the business, and it didn't fucking work out. I got burned pretty bad. My last time on set, I lost my shit. The fucking DP didn't know what the fucking line of focus was when we were setting up a shot, and I explained it to him 4 times, and he still didn't fucking get it for whatever reason, and I just fucking started yelling at him, because I was like, look, dude, because I was the director, I was like, look, we gotta go, like, you don't understand, you want to debate with me, look, we can debate film and all this shit later, just put the fucking camera where I told you to fucking put it, please, so we can get this shot and get done, and, yeah, so I was done with it, man. I wasn't making any money. I just, was right back where I started is what it felt like. So when my buddy wants to do a show, I'm like, fuck no. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck this shit. And and then what happened is he saw me doing stand-up. And he was like, well, hey, you're doing, like, stand-up. Well, what are you doing that for? I was like, well, I'd like to do comedy. I've been told to do stand-up my whole fucking life. Because I was the kid who got put in the hall all the time for speaking out in class and making kids laugh and saying inappropriate shit. Yeah, that was me. So it's like, yeah, I was born to be a comedian, pain, trauma, depression, but with a sense of humor. I got all the qualifications. So my buddy asked, what do you want to do with it? And I was like, he's like, well, what, you want to get like in the movies or like a TV show or something? I said, well, yeah, that'd be nice. He's like, well, then let's just make one. I mean, come on, man. Hollywood ain't where it's at anymore. I mean, there's these fucking kids over here making millions of dollars and shit, and we know we can make something better. So come on. Like, we all went to fucking film school. We all have credits. It's just we're all working in some part of the field that, like, it doesn't really fulfill us creatively. So let's do a fucking show. And he's got all stuff. He's got like a house we can shoot at, and he's 3D printing props, and he's building sets and shit, like the whole nine. He's like, I can do this, and I'm just like, nah, man, no way. So I say no. Then out of nowhere, my buddy Romero moves into town. Now Romero is a professional special effects guy. He works with a company. He's worked on a ton of films. I mean, The Smurfs, Ghostbusters, Black Panther. This fucker's got an IMDb list that's a fucking mile long. If you've seen a film with special effects in it in the past 15 years, there's a chance he worked on it. So his company's trying to do more corporate stuff, so they move him out here to Dallas. And I had lunch with him, and we were talking. Now, my buddy Diaz, when I was telling him, no, I don't want to do a show, he said, well, if you could do a show, using only what you have now, like no fancy equipment, no famous actors, just what you have now, what would you make? And he knows I can't just like not answer this question because like my creative gears start flowing. So I'm like, all right, fine. If I were to do a show, this is what I would do. And he said, well, that's great. That's funny. Let's do it. No, fuck you. We're not doing it. We're not doing a show. Then I have lunch with my buddy Romero, and he's like, yeah, I'm doing all this corporate stuff, but listen, man, I really want to work on a project. You got anything? And I was like, well, I got this idea for a YouTube show, and I pitched it to him just like I pitched to Diaz, and he laughed and said, this sounds great. Send me the script. Really? Oh, fucking shit. Okay. So I go home, and I'm fiddling with the idea, but I'm like, I don't know. No, it's not going to happen. This is just not going to fucking happen. This is all bullshit. I'm not going down this road again. Fuck it. And then I'm doing stand-up. And then I started, some open mic nights. I got in a workshop, did a little showcase. Nothing major, right? And so so my buddy Diaz, he's like, well, if you're doing this stand-up, what's the goal? What's the end result you're trying to accomplish? And I said, do a TV show or something. And he was like, well, then let's just make one, man. Come on. And now that he knows, I told him about Romero, so now he's like, oh, hey, if Romero's cool, then yeah, fuck, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm like, no, man, come on. Like, just even if we make the show, and let's say we drop it, on YouTube, no one's going to fuck it. We'll get, 15 views and shit? Like, dude, I've been posting my podcast episodes, and I've been posting shorts and clips from the show for fucking years now, and I mean, my last video got 17 views or something? Not to mention, you can't even get into making any money with these places unless you got 1,000 followers. I'm sorry, subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. But one day after, I'm doing this little comedy workshop, one day I come over to my buddy's Diaz at night. I'm like, hey, I want to shoot a quick little sketch. So we shoot a little sketch on my phone. We shoot it in less than an hour. I post it on YouTube that night, and it got over 2,000 views in less than 12 hours. And that never fucking happens. I'm talking, I'm in the 200, 300 view jail like you hear about on TikTok and shit. That's where I'm at. And so for something to post that was a funny clip we made, and boom, it made this much, or it got that much attention, we're like, okay, maybe we do have something here. So finally I said, okay, fuck it, we're gonna do a YouTube show. So I wrote a script and I passed it around to Diaz and to Romero. They both approved. They said they're in, they want to do it. Now, this first episode of the show is a 2-parter, and the second part has a meeting with a bunch of characters in it. So I'm like, well, we're gonna have to get a whole fucking cast. But we got to get people that'll work for free, because this is all low-budget indie shit. And I'm thinking, no one's going to fucking do it. No one's going to do this shit for fucking free. So I try and sweeten the deal, and I'm like, look, let's contact people we know for the cast and crew. And we're like, look, we'll do, credit copy meal and a $20 travel stipend or some shit for gas. Because I'll throw $20 at whoever shows up. So sure enough, we start sending it out. Now, when you start productions like these, indie productions with no money, it's very hard to get people who can act, who can actually do the job well, to show up. And I have a lot of experiences doing indie film for damn near 8 years. Yes, it's sometimes you don't even know. The DP I had on one of my films I was working on, he didn't have a car, so he had a buddy that had to drive him. Well, our boom mic operator and sound people didn't show up. Once again, it was they said they would, but the day of the shoot, they were nowhere to be found. Wouldn't answer calls or nothing. So we straight took the driver, showed him how to record, and boom, he became our fucking sound guy. So this is the type of indie shit you deal with. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going to send this out to my friends, and they're all going to say no. But none of them did. They all said yes. They all loved it. They loved the script. They loved everything. Now, I was like, great, shit, okay, well, fuck, okay, we're making a show. Fuck, okay, this is green light. We are a ghoster. We are a go. The other thing that surprised me was that, I told the actors that, hey, look, this is your character. Here's a little bit about him. But if you want to write a backstory to your character to give it more, do it. Because Diaz, the character I wrote for him, he wrote this whole fucking huge backstory and got all these elaborate costumes and all kinds of shit. And I was like, holy fuck. So I said, all the actors, you guys are actors. You've got a lot of, tricks in your bag. Bring it to the table. Let's see what you got. And so one brought accents and stuff that was funny as hell. I was cracking up over the phone. And then another one's bringing these costumes and stuff and special effects things that they have. And I'm like, holy shit. So we're getting a ton of stuff. It's absolutely fucking awesome. And I'm like, this is going to be, I got high hopes. I think this is going to be a good show. We got a crew right now. DP and everything, and we already have the lights, because that's the other thing. It's like all of us, we've all got camera equipment from our filmmaking days. So we're like, let's put all this shit together and put it to use. And that's what we're doing, man. We are literally like a go. We are a green light right now. So I've been working on the shot list and the production script and getting the props together and all this stuff and showing stuff to the cast, because my buddy Diaz is like building the set and doing all these things, and he's sending me, sending me these clips, and I'm sending them to the cast like, this is what we're working with, and everyone's getting excited. And while we're doing this, I'm like, look, man, we can't just like drop this shit. We need to do something. So I started doing a vlog, right? Started doing a post on like TikTok and Instagram, like, hey, this is day 1 of the YouTube show, and we're doing that. Just kind of like getting the promo out there, getting the word out, because, and my buddy Diaz wasn't too sure about it, because he's like, look, man, this is like, I don't want to spoil anything. I said, well, I'll keep it general. I'm not going to tell him the plot or any of that kind of stuff, but I will tell him what we're working on, what we're doing, and what we're building. And then, basically what I'm doing is like, you ever go to like a carnival or a circus or a fair or something, and there's that one guy, with a top hat, and he's in front of a curtain, and, oh, come see what's behind the curtain. Oh, what could it be? Who knows? It's a mystery. Come see, and so that's what I'm doing right now. Because it's not enough just to like make something and put it out there. You got to be a fucking social media influencer or what the fuck ever. I don't call them influencers. You know what I call them? Potties. That's what I call them. Fucking potties. Popular on the internet. P-O-T-I. Potties. That's what they are. They're popular on the internet. They're not influencers. These fuckers don't influence me to do a goddamn thing. They're fucking potties, okay? So I'm trying to be a potty so I can get folks up, because I'm like, my buddy Diaz is really the heart of the show, and I'm the brains. And as the brains, I got to think strategically. So not only am I thinking of like the script, the characters, the set, props, all of that stuff, I'm also thinking, how are we going to sell this? How are we going to get people's attention? How are we going to get them into it? And da-da-da-da-da. The thing I'm hoping for is, because the next 2 weekends we're shooting this first 2-part episode, me and Diaz have a table at the Houston Horror Film Festival. It's a convention. We set up there. We always do well, sell stuff. I sell horror comics. Diaz sells like 3D printed little like skulls and stuff. And so we put all this, out there. We always have a really good time at this convention. It's a great con. And so they do have a film fest. And I was like, well, hey, man, fuck, maybe if we get this done in time, I don't know if we're going to hit the deadline or not, but maybe we can slide it in there, like last minute, can you show this show? And then see what happens, kind of a thing, fingers crossed on it. So that's what I've been working on a lot. I just finished my novel. It's a romance novel. It's my first romance novel. I have to get that finished, and I've had to put it to the side just because I've had so much other work to do. A lot of things. It's real busy. But my buddy Diaz is on sabbatical. He's taking a vacation. He's going to be back on Tuesday, and I'm just like, fucker, we got shit to do now, man. Like, come on, man, come on. Ain't you had enough rest and relaxation yet? Come on. Got a show to make. That's why during all of this, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep a zen mind, man. Now, this is tough. A lot of people think that Dudeism is just like some joke. It's easy. We just sit around and smoke weed and quote the Big Lebowski. No, man. This is a practice we take seriously because we're trying to be calm. We're trying to take it easy. It's hard to take it easy in this crazy-ass world. I mean, come on, man. You read the news lately? Shit. It's been craziness. And so when you're trying to find your path or trying to find some peace in that craziness, the thing that's usually recommended is meditation or deep prayer, depending on the person you are. What you believe there is there. But so I always encourage people to do this. Don't just sit there and do a quick prayer to God. Please send me all of these things, like he's Santa Claus or some shit. Actually, meditate. Actually sit down and have a peaceful time. Have a conversation with God. Don't send him a fucking text message. Sit down and have a conversation with God. And that's what meditation is there to do. And I highly promote this to damn near anyone I meet. This stuff does help, okay? And hey, I don't even do it all the time. I don't. I'm not meditating every day. You know, you get busy, you get crazy and shit. I was supposed to record this on Friday, on the July 4th, but motherfucker, it was like I was hosting a party and shit. I live out in the country, so people love it when you can come out and blow up a bunch of big fucking fireworks and shit. So I was in the kitchen since 9 a.m. on my fucking feet making breakfast, lunch, dinner, hors d'oeuvres, and appetizers, and snacks, and burgers, and fucking everything. And on top of that, it was raining on and off. So I'm glad I was able to cook inside. I had one of them Ninja grills. But, oh, fuck am I tired. It has been a son of a bitch. Yeah, so daddy's needed a break. But meditation helps. It helps in a lot of these ways. And of course, a lot of us, we don't know how to meditate. We weren't taught how to meditate. Most of us were just taught how to pray. Kneel down and bow your head and put your hands together and say, God, forgive me, for I'm a horrible son of a bitch. And give me all this stuff that I asked for. And you could do that. But I don't recommend it. What I recommend is meditation. Because meditation is quiet time. Okay? And this is something that we don't do. And I'm always going to... I've said this little story before, but I'll say it again here. Why is meditation important? Well, a long time ago... not a long time ago, but back in the 60s, when Eastern philosophy and medicines were coming into the States. So Buddhism was becoming a thing, and a reporter was talking to a Buddhist monk. And so he asked the Buddhist monk, so you guys do this meditation prayer thing. So how long does someone have to do this a day? And the monk sat and thought about it, and he said, I would probably say about an hour. 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day of peace and quiet where you can sit and allow your mind to relax and be free, and you can get in touch with the one. And the reporter kind of laughed, and he said, an hour a day? Well, what if you're busy? You know, you have a busy life. And the monk said, oh, if you have a busy life, then 2 hours. Get it? Yeah. So I'm not asking you to do an hour, although it's recommended you should. I'm going to recommend 15 minutes. If you have kids, you know this is going to be tough to impossible. But try and get yourself this 15 minutes. It's very important. I do kind of little meditations throughout the day where I'm doing like 15 minutes because that's as long as I can get before, you know, one of my kids needs something or they're fighting or, you know, someone needs a snack or whatever the fuck it is. It is hell, man. It is hell. But what I did is I did a little research, and I got this book from a buddy of mine. And this buddy of mine, I mean, he's traveled all around. He practices meditation, has gone to study with Buddhist monks, you know, out in Asia. And has a lot of wisdom. I look to him for a lot of guidance. And so the book I bought from him, I gave him a few bucks for it, you know, because it's like, I don't want to be like, oh, let me borrow the book, and then they never see it again. Shit. I'm like, look, just let me buy it. I'll buy the book off you. Okay. And the book is called Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. Okay. This is all about trying to get your mind in the right set place to do meditation. The book is written by Shunryu Suzuki. Yeah, I said that wrong. But anyway, it's close enough. You know, you just get the idea. Just look for Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, and Mr. Suzuki. There we go. We'll go with Mr. Suzuki there. I can pronounce that. But this guy goes through some great tips and great advice here for what you can do to kind of help, you know, help with meditation here. So, first of all, let's ask about, like, what is Zen? So, Zen is kind of like, well, it's like enlightenment. You know, it's easy to find enlightenment. It's hard to keep your minds pure and actions pure once you have found enlightenment, okay? Enlightenment, it's a definition for different people, but it's like someone who has gotten in touch with the universe, with God, and has seen the beyond, and understands, their eyes have been opened to everything. And when that happens, and you have this sort of feeling of just peace and calmness, you want to keep that going. But, we live in the real world. It's stressful. It's crazy. There's bills and taxes and all kinds of shit you got to deal with. So to stay with the take it easy attitude that we do here at Dudeism, and this very much aligns there with it, you have to be peaceful. And in order to do that, in order to keep a peaceful, take it easy attitude, it's something you have to practice. And I'm talking like all the time. You have to keep what's known as the beginner's mind, like in the book. What it says beginner's mind is not so much that you're a beginner, but that your mind must always be in the state of learning. So you must always be the student. The wisest one is always the student. You don't fucking know everything. Hell, there's some shit you're probably a fucking dumbass about. Me, yeah, you want to talk about, computers or fucking religion and philosophy? Oh, yeah, I'm fucking smart. But if you put me behind the but if you put me behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler truck, I'm not going to know what the fuck to do. I'm going to be a fucking idiot. I'm a student. I'm always going to be a student. I'm 40 fucking years old, 44 years old, still a student. And I always will be. So I keep the beginner's mind. All right? So how do we stay all cool and zen, right? Meditation is a key to help with that. For some of you, like I said, some of you who are parents, the fact that I just said take 15 minutes a day to kind of give yourself some peace and quiet. Some of you are like, oh, God, I'd love that. I'd love to have 50 minutes of peace and quiet. That'd be wonderful. It's tough to do. But here are 5 little just tips that can help you with your meditation, okay? Because not everyone's going to meditate the same. Some are like, oh, you got to sit down on a wool rug and you have to cross your legs, and hold your fingers in a certain way and blah, 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 blah. No, that's not always going to work for everybody. So you just have to find a comfortable place, okay? So tip number 1 is to find some quiet time and space. Maybe have a smoke and a drink. If you want to sit on your rug that really ties the room together, you go right on ahead. But if you want to just sit in your comfy chair or even lie in your bed, cool, man, cool. Wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you can feel calm and safe, that's where you need to go, okay? Now, this right here, once again, it's another tip type suggestion. It's number 2. And it's about your posture, sir. Now, of course, everyone believes we should have proper posture, okay? Mom's been telling us our whole lives to sit up straight, okay? So, what they recommend is that your right leg is on the left thigh and the left leg is on the right thigh. This is going to be hard for some folks to do, okay? So if you can sit cross-legged, great. If you can't, like I said, chill in a lazy boy, chill in your bed. But if you are going to be sitting down, okay, you want your spine to be straight, your shoulders to be relaxed. You got to kind of pull your head to the top of the ceiling, kind of push your head towards the ceiling to really straighten your spine. Press your diaphragm towards the lower abdomen, okay? Put your left hand on top of your right, touch your thumbs, hold hands against your body. This is sort of the key Buddhist expression, right? It's known as the right posture. This is the right posture according to Buddhist monks in meditation. But you can do it your own way. I do it my own way. We all have different ways of relaxing or getting into peaceful stances or relaxed states. So while this will tell you, hold the thumbs and put the like I said before, yes, there is that. And I can tell you exactly how to do that, which is through here, but you can do it your own way. No one's going to judge you, man. Remember, beginner, student, you're going to fuck up. Or you're going to find your own way to do it, and that's cool too. There's more than one way to make an omelet. Which brings us to the third tip about meditation. So if you're sitting on your rug that ties the room together, and you got your legs crossed over, and your shoulders are relaxed, and your head's up straight, your diaphragm's, kind of pushing towards the lower abdomen there. Left hand's on top of the right with the thumbs touching, okay? It's all just relaxed right now, relax. So if you're all good there, the third tip is going to be about breathing. There's going to be a few different ideas for this. And once again, I don't know what your health situation is there, partner. So at the end, it's going to be up to you here. But the breathing, of course, you have to be calm. So the breathing technique that they're going to talk about is a relaxing one, all right? So you have to leave all ideas of time and space, this world. Leave all those ideas behind. Leave the world behind. Act like you're just taking off into outer space. And kind of think, excuse me. Think of your throat as a swinging door. So you concentrate and you breathe in the good, exhale the bad. Okay? And this helps you find your center, or zazen, as some would say. It's how you find your center here. So some would suggest breathing in through the nose. Breathing all the good vibes and all the good positive energy in the world. And I'm going to take all my stress, all my hate, all my anger, all my fear, and exhale through the mouth. That's how you can do it. It's that simple. So practice that. Keep at it. And then before you know it, you're going to find yourself breathing a bit more normally. Some say to really inhale. Don't so much puff up your chest, but stretch out your stomach like a baby does when they breathe, okay? Because your lungs go all the way down your back, so you can expand in your stomach just as much as expanding up in your chest, So try to do the stomach. It might help you be relaxing a little bit more, okay? Just a thought, So they do it in yoga and shit, so just a thought. That brings us into the fourth tip here. The fourth tip is, this is going to be tough. These last two tips are going to be tough, folks, so just hang in here with me, okay? But when you're trying to have a Zen mind while you're doing meditation, okay, the fourth tip is known as controlling the mind waves, man. All right? So, and you already know where I'm going here, okay? You have to release control. All right? So you got to let the thoughts go in and out. Don't be bothered by anything during this time, okay? Like I said, some quiet time, all right? Make sure the kids are busy and shit, or at school, or what the fuck ever. Make sure you got this time just for you, and you can't be interrupted, okay? And if something does come about, bird squawks outside, neighbor starts a mower, just let it go. You're not going to be bothered by anything, all right? Because it takes time to find your calm. So you're going to do the breathing we talked about in the right posture and be relaxed. Yeah, we're doing it, all right? And by doing this, you'll make the waves of your mind, right, experience what's going on within as opposed to without, all right? Think of the ocean. The ocean always has waves, right? The water and the waves are one. You got to be that, man. Let the waves of your mind be one with your body, okay? Remember, don't be bothered by anything. Find your calm. It'll take some time, but find it. And ride the wave. Just let it ride and calm. Once again, we're exhaling all that negative crap and shit and stress we're dealing with We're inhaling all the good. We're taking this time for us. We're breathing in the positive energy because, by God, that's what we need, man. That's what we're made of. That's what's going to make us stronger. And we're going to let all the outside world and all that shit just roll away with the waves, man. Find it, all right? Find your calm. Keep breathing. Ride the wave. All right? You feeling me? Okay. Once again, not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. Especially those of us who are perfectionists and bothered by shit a lot. This is going to be tough. This is why I say maybe have a smoke and a drink, you know. Chill your fucking ass out. Mm-hmm. Lord knows Daddy needs it. Mm-hmm. Daddy can't preach until he's had a smoke and a drink. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, yeah. Oh. Now, the fifth tip, last tip here, to help you with meditation, to help you with your mind, to help you kind of get a little more calm and take it easy and bring out your inner dude. Again, tough step, right? Because, hey, sitting, breathing, that's the easy shit. But controlling your mind, that can be tough. And this fifth tip is going to be tough too. And the fifth tip is accept yourself. Yeah. This is going to be tough for some folks, okay? I mean, I have problems accepting myself. It's tough. But listen to what I got to say here. In your imperfections, you will find your foundation. You'll find what makes you unique, what works with you, and that's where you can build from, okay? One who thinks he's good typically isn't good. It's the person who's constantly trying to be better every day than they were yesterday. That's typically the one who's good. Like, people who think they're a good father typically aren't a good father. It's the guys who are like, I don't know if I'm a good father, but I keep trying to be. Every day I'm trying to be a really good dad. And you'll find out that those are the guys who are actually the really good fathers. You don't take a satisfactory stance here or there with it. And so what I'm trying to say there is that you've got to kind of, like we said before, release a lot of these, perfectionist type models and things like that. You have to understand that you're human, you're flawed, and that's okay. The moment you accept it, you can build from it. You learn around your limitations of what you can do. Focus on the strengths. You have to remember that you have to accept the things the way they are with what you got right now, okay? And I'll use myself here as an example. Hey, I'm out here in the dating world, right? I'm a 44-year-old widower with 2 kids trying to find love again. And it seems almost insane and crazy because of all the shit that I've gone through, but I still believe in love, and I still believe that there's a possibility of somebody, I'm accepting the fact that it's like, I know I might not be the catch for someone, but I'm somebody's, with all my imperfections and whatnot. And I learned to strengthen myself and grow from them, because this world, man, this life, it'll beat you down, man. It'll beat you to the fucking ground if you let it. So no matter what, you got to keep getting up. You got to keep fighting, and you got to keep remembering, I'm still here, motherfucker, and I'm still moving forward. You're not stopping me. No one else is. Fuck off. You got to love you for you. It's like, yeah, I'm losing my fucking hair and shit, man. My back is not in the greatest shape. My legs and feet hurt all the fucking time. I'm getting older. It's just happening. But that doesn't mean that I'm not worthy of love. Doesn't mean that I can't go out there and find somebody. Because we all got problems, man. And the sooner we, like I said, accept yourself, you can build something great. I mean, this whole freaking YouTube show I'm doing, we're not looking for perfection. We're not doing it because all the filmmakers that we admired, they were just working with what they had, and that was it. And boom, it happened. Things worked out and things went well. And so we're going in that same route here, accepting ourselves, accepting our limitations, working around them, and trying to stay zen the whole time we're doing it. I just have to say, it's kind of crazy how all the stars aligned and everything worked out. I can't even tell you. So, well, you can hopefully use these little tips to help you with your meditation techniques, and maybe even start meditating yourself. Maybe also these tips might be able to help you out in your life, help you with all that madness and craziness and stress that you're going through. Maybe just even doing the breathing technique while you're at work might help to calm your nerves and calm the stress you're dealing with. Just a thought, man. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to take 5 minutes on the clock. We're going to take 5 minutes, and we're going to try and meditate here, all right? You got the tips, right? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Here's your chance. Here's your starter, right? 5 minutes to go ahead and meditate, and we'll start that 5 minutes right now. All right, we're back. Well, I hope you use that time to go ahead and try out those meditation techniques. But if not, if you're on the road there or something, when you get a chance, try them out, man. Just please try it. Please, because this world's crazy, it's stressful, and you need every little tool you can get, every little trick to help yourself out. First of all, I want to thank y'all for going ahead and listening here tonight. And second, I'll let you know more about that YouTube show as it comes along. Because, hey man, I'm accepting myself. I'm working with my limitations, taking a deep breath, sitting in my good posture and moving forward, man. Times can get really dark. And sometimes it's hard to see the light. But it's always there. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Reverend Phillip. When you go out there in that crazy world, I hope you take it easy. Because when you take it easy, the dude abides. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
From author Reverend Phillip K. comes your next must-read book, Nicholas of Myra, a novel available on Amazon. In Nicholas of Myra, a novel, immerse yourself in the life of the man we all know as Santa Claus. From the loss of his parents to being raised on a farm by his uncle, Nicholas's early life was marked by challenges. His journey led him to the Christian temple in Myra, where he became bishop in a time when Christianity was forbidden in the Roman Empire. Experience Nicholas's profound strength as he faces arrest, persecution, and the unimaginable loss of his loved ones. Despite being tortured and imprisoned, his unshakable faith and his message of love, compassion, and generosity shine as a beacon through the darkness. Nicholas of Myra, a novel, is a journey through history, revealing the roots of Christmas and its traditions. It's a story of faith that endures against all odds. Available in Kindle, paperback, and Kindle Unlimited. Nicholas of Myra, a novel from author Reverend Phillip K. Order your copy right now and discover the story of a lifetime.